If you're a fractional executive or you provide professional consultancy and services like financial advisory, wealth management, college admission consultancy, and you're just tired of the unpredictable nature of referrals or networking, or you're tired of posting content every single day on platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or any of these platforms, or you're just tired of unpredictable sales system, then keep on watching, and I'm going to share with you a system that you can deploy to book between 7 to 15 qualified leads with people who are ready to buy from you consistently. And you're going to be able to deploy this system. We're going to deploy this system for you without you having to be tech savvy, without you having to post content every day, without you having to run the rat race of referrals and networking. You're going to be able to spend most of your time actually providing the service that you want to provide or that you love providing. You're going to be able to spend most of your time providing those service to the people you want to work with, not just any random person who happens to glance by your service page. Now, this system itself is a funnel system. It's a sales funnel system, but it's a sales funnel system dialed by 100, and that's because every single thing is strategic and every single thing is built around the offer you have and also the people you're targeting. It's not just assumptions or left to the whims of whatever is happening online, but actually strategic towards your offer and the people you are offering it to. Now, if you provide any of this service, if you're a fractional CHRO, for example, or you're a financial advisor, chances are you've run ads at some point, or you've built some sales system, maybe cold outreaching at some point, and you probably didn't get the results you thought you were going to get. And that's because you can't just hire a random person to run your ads and think you're going to make consistent sales with that. And you can exactly depend on your own expertise or the quality of your expertise to get clients. With how competitive the professional world is right now, you need an advantage, you need a leverage to help you crush your sales goal without having to sacrifice your time or your health or even the time you have doing other things outside of work. You also don't exactly want to do all this yourself because there's so many process and there's so many steps you have to take that you end up spending more time building the process and building all those things rather than actually serving your clients or actually providing the service that you're an expert at. So we deploy this system to help you avoid all those problems and so that you can spend most of your time offering your service to the people who are qualified and who you actually want to work with. The sales system, the predictive sales funnel system, the foundation of it is the strategic research that we conduct. This strategic research is the bedrock of everything we do. We actually research the people you're targeting. Are you targeting, if you're a financial advisor, are you targeting founders who just raised maybe a seed or a series A? If you're a CFO, are you targeting a founder who just raised maybe a series B, or you're targeting new companies, new startups that work in the healthcare industry? Are you targeting maybe businesses that are doing between 2 million to 10 million in revenue? Do you have a revenue target for your audience? We're going to get all of these details about your ICP, and then we're going to go to the groups where these people hang out, and we're going to be a part of the conversations they're having. We want to know the questions they're asking. We want to know the pain points that they're expressing. We also want to know the conversations they're having amongst themselves as regard your own service. So we're not just jumping into conversations that don't exactly do you any good. No, we're checking to see what questions they're asking as regard your service. I'm going to be using a financial advisor as a case study throughout this presentation. But if you want a deep dive into a case study of a college admission consultant, a case study of a CHRO, a fractional CHRO, a case study of a fractional CFO, I'm going to link all of that below so you can explore this case study if you want to. But for this, I'm going to be using a financial advisor as my case study. So the financial advisor I built the sales system for, they want to target founders who just raised their seed and series A funds. So one of the things we did was to go into the Reddit community, the Reddit groups. We went on X, we went on LinkedIn, we went on Facebook, Slack communities, all the places where these people typically hang out. So if those are the places where your target audience if those are the places where your target audience hang out, then we go meet them there. If they're in other places, other communities or niche groups, we go meet them there. So we went into these groups, we sought out the conversations that we're having, we also asked questions of our own. And after we did it, we took all of this information and we put it into an LLM. What we wanted to do with this was to analyze all this conversation to map out the exact pain points and the questions they were asking. So for the financial advisor, for example, some of the questions we were seeing them ask, we saw founders asking about their personal income and cash flow. We saw them asking about risk management and safety nets. We saw them asking about savings, investments, taxes, equity, and we have a lot of these. We have a lot of the quotes or the direct quotes from all these founders down in documents. The reason why we have all of this is because this document informs everything we do. It's going to inform the kind of lead magnets we design. It's going to inform the copy. It's going to inform the landing page. It's also going to inform our nurturing sequence and even our mode of distribution. So the deep research is the bedrock of everything we do, and it's a foundation and the first step we take when we're building the sales funnel for you. The next thing after we do this, and in the first step too, we're also going to talk about your offer. What particular service do you want to offer to this target group, because to this target audience? Number one, your offer is what's going to determine the target audience, and then we want to look at the strings that tie those things together. So in the first step, we're also going to refine your offer. Are there certain things we should add to it based on the pain points that we saw from our research, or are there things that we should strip off it, maybe because it might be too elaborate for what the founders or for what the target audience in that particular group wants right now. So all the research we're doing and the offer is going to work together in the first stage. Then the next thing we do is we do the copywriting. So we copyright your VSL, we do the copywriting for your VSL, for your landing page, for your lead magnets, and for your emails. All of this is included in the Predictive Sales Funnel System package. We make sure that we in the VSL we're actually talking about the pain points. We're actually breaking down the process. We're also giving founders a reason to actually look through everything that we're talking to them about. We want people who self-identify with the problem that you're solving. We want people who need the solutions that you're solving, that you're providing. We don't just want curious people booking meetings with you and filling up your calendar. No, we actually want people who need a service and who also have the capacity to pay for those services. So that's what we're doing in the copyright stage. At this point too, we're also writing the copies for our ads. Then for the landing pages, we're also writing the copy for the landing pages and for the lead magnets as well as our email. The third step is the lead magnets design. So for our lead magnets, we always want to make sure that we're creating interactive tools, because the more interactive it is, the more engaged founders or your target audience will be with that tool. And the more engaged they are, the more they identify with your solution, with the problem you're trying to help them solve, and the solution that you're preferring to them. Also, the lead magnets, we always want to tie it directly to your service. Yes, it's answering the questions and the pain points of the target audience, but at the same time, we also want to direct it. We want to tie it directly with the service that you want to sell to this audience. So if I go back to the example of a financial advisor, after doing the research, one of the things we decided on was to build a founder safety net calculator that will help funders calculate their ideal runway and determine how much liquidity they should take from their next funding round. This lead magnet, the choice of the lead magnets that we built is because of the research that is based on research that we did into our target audience. We didn't just build any lead magnets. Also, we want to make sure our lead magnets is interactive, because the more interactive it is, the higher the conversion is going to be, and the more engaged people will be with using the lead magnets. So typically, we don't do documents or checklist or PDFs. We mostly do tools as our lead magnets. But if documents is what's needed, if an audit is what's needed, we also provide that based on, on what offer you're selling and also the target audience. So let's input some numbers here and see what we get with the lead magnet. Let's put okay, so we've imputed a number, and based on the numbers that are imputed into the calculator, this is the result I'm getting, which is telling me the status analysis is 1 week criticality, and it's telling me my personal runway is dangerously low, and I should prioritize liquidity immediately. So it's telling me the current coverage I have, and also the phased out cash out target. And also in the lead magnets, we're not just giving you numbers, we're not just giving founders who use this calculators numbers, we're also giving them a strategic review of the numbers. So we're giving them an explanation of the numbers, so people aren't just left in the dark like most calculators or most lead magnets would do. But we're giving them a strategic review and an analysis, as well as showing them the pitfall that they need to correct right now. And then we're tying it to the service. So that's what I said about being strategic with the kind of lead magnets we build, and also making sure that it ties directly to the service the business owner, the consultant, or the fractional executive is offering, and also the pain points of the people you're offering it to. In this case, founders who just raised funds. So this is what we got with using the lead magnets. The next step, so I'm doing both interactively, so you can see, you can have a clear picture of what every stage is like. So the next step after our lead magnets is our landing page. So going back to the calculator, you can see that the result I got is in the red zone. So based on this result, I will be asked to book a meeting here, because they've shown me the grim reality of what I'm facing, and they've also built a sense of urgency on meeting the financial advisor if I want to leave this red zone, if I want to make sure that my business survives the next couple of months. So this result is tied to this landing page. Now, our landing pages is not just one for everything or one and done. We create personalized and customized landing page for every result that whoever uses the tool or the lead magnets or the quiz, we create personalized landing pages for every of those results. Like I said, we categorize the results from this calculator under 3 categories, which is the red zone, the green zone, the yellow zone. The red zone is a danger, you need to leave it immediately. The yellow zone is you're doing okay, but if you don't fix this right now, you could slip into the red zone in a couple of months. And the green zone is you're doing perfectly fine, but this is how you can do even better. So for this landing page, for someone who is in the red zone, this is the landing page that they will be directed to. For someone who is in the red zone, this is the landing page that they'll be directed to. And we also have a VSL embedded in the landing page. This is the financial advisor in this case, talking about this particular zone they're in, the danger they're in, the misalignments they're facing right now with their finances, and also the startup or the business finance, and what they need to do. We also had another interactive session into the tool, as well as give them an action plan and also a checklist that they need to come to the meeting with. So this is where you schedule the session. Whoever uses the calculator, this is where they schedule the session. This links directly to the financial advisor's calendar in this case. And after they schedule their session, this is the confirmation page. Now, this confirmation page is not just like a regular confirmation page where people just say thank you and looking forward to the meeting. No, we actually included a checklist for the founders to come to the meeting with. That means the founder themselves are engaged in this whole system. They're coming to the meeting not empty-handed. They're actually coming with their numbers. So they're involved in the process themselves. All of this back and forth builds trust. All of these engagements build trust in your expertise, either as a fractional executive or as a professional service provider. It builds trust between you and the target audience. And in this case, that's trust between the new founder and the financial advisor. If my result, for example, was in the yellow zone, this is the landing page that I would have been directed to after my analysis. This is the landing page I'll be directed to if I want to book a meeting with the financial advisor. We see there's another VSL that is also embedded in this page, and everything on this page is tailored towards people in the yellow zone. The VSL, the copy, the type of landing page, and even the design itself is tailored towards the particular results that founder got, in this case, the yellow zone. So it's giving me an analysis, it's expanding, it's giving me strategic review, optimization opportunity to actually leave the yellow zone for the green zone, and then it's giving me a playbook and also a call to action. This also links directly to the financial advisor's calendar in this case. And after they book the meeting, this is the thank you page that they'll be referred to. It confirms the meeting and then also sets expectations for the meeting, as well as give them a checklist of things to come to the meeting with. Again, all of this helps to make sure that whoever is using the tool is really engaged in the process. It feels interactive, it feels engaging for them. If the result I got was in the green zone, for example, which is the great zone, this is the landing page that I'll be directed to. You can see that the feel, the design, the copy, the VSL, it's all different. This is you're doing good, but then you can do better. This is the way, we can prepare for future without planning. This is what you're likely going to face in the next couple of months. But with an architecture, with a financial architecture that we build for you, a customized financial architecture, this is the results we could get. And also we're giving them a wealth acceleration playbook. You're not going to give someone who is in the danger zone a wealth acceleration playbook. You're not going to give that to someone in the yellow zone. You're only going to give that to someone in the green zone, because they're in a very good position in terms of their finance and runway. So whoever books a meeting at this stage would then be redirected to this thank you confirmation page. You're confirming the meeting, but you're also giving them a checklist to come to the meeting with. All of this, like I said before, is just to build further engagements with the target audience. After this, we have the nurturing sequence. So we've done the landing page, the VSL. So the VSL, we do the scripting for you, as well as the editing and any necessary SEO or animations that is involved. We don't just leave it to you to, record the videos. No, we'll send you the scripts. We'll describe the feel of the video. You record it, you send it back. I edit it. I also do this. I also do whatever additions needs to be done, either in terms of the editing or in terms of the animations. We handle all of that in-house for you, so that you don't have to bother yourself about it. So the VSL, we have is there. And then the next thing after the VSL is the nurture email and SMS sequence. Now, going back to the VSL is not just going to be addressing the pain points, but we also do a process breakdown. So for some VSL, it's just a VSL like this is a process breakdown. I'm showing you the different process, and I'm also sharing it with a case study with you. That's the style of VSL that I choose. For someone else, for a fractional CFO, for example, it can be different. It can be it can be more tailored towards testimonials, reviews, process breakdown, just a little bit of process breakdown, but more on testimonial and reviews. Depending on the audience you're targeting, and also depending on the offer you're selling, the VSL will be tailored towards that. So we script it and then we edit it for you, and also embed it into the landing page or the lead magnets page. After the VSL, we are going to also do a nurture email and SMS sequence. So back to what I was saying about the email copy or the copywriting, we're addressing pain points, we're answering questions, but then we're also looking at the FAQs from past and current clients and some of the common questions they ask. If those questions are coming up consistently, that means a lot more people are asking it. And so sometimes with our nurture email sequence, we also want to address that. But for our nurture email sequence, most people only have the post-meeting nurture sequence, but we have the pre-meeting and the post-meeting nurture sequence. And that's because we don't want to leave leads or your target audience, we don't want to leave them in limbo between the 2 and 5 days where they book the meeting and they actually attend the meeting. We don't want them to just free fall in those days. What we want to do is keep on building on the anticipation for the meeting. We want to make sure we're nurturing them and setting expectations for the meeting, as well as also show your expertise in our pre-meeting nurturing sequence. So for this financial advisor, for example, we have 3 pre-meeting nurturing sequence. So we have the first email, which does the confirmation and urgency. It confirms the meeting, but it also builds urgency about the meeting. It also paints a picture of the reality of the founder, as well as make them see why they need to be at the meeting. So also the second email, and then the next email, the second email in our pre-meeting nurturing sequence, is the preparation and reassurance email. Here we're preparing them for the meeting, but also reminding them of the checklist they should come to the meeting with. And then the third email is the final reminder and setting focus for the meeting. So this one we send on the day of the email to reconfirm the meeting link, and also have the checklist, to make sure they have the checklist, as well as set the expectations for the meeting. Next, we have the post meeting nurturing sequence. Now, for the nurturing sequence, you can have it as long as you want. You can have 3 emails, you can have 5 emails, you can have 8, 10, 15, 30 emails. That depends on the offer, the people you're targeting, and how long you want the email, the sales funnel to run for. If it's a sales funnel that is running just for a month or 2 months, then we don't need so many emails. We don't need 45 emails in that. We just need maybe 10, 15, or even 20 emails for a sales funnel that's running for a month or 2. So this is a post meeting nurturing sequence. So the first email after the post meeting. Now, just as the landing page was designed specifically for different results, the nurturing sequence is also designed for specific results. So this is the nurturing sequence we're sending to people in the red category. So people in the green category are not getting the same thing. People in the yellow category are not getting the same thing. So this is the nurturing sequence for someone who is in the red zone. This is what they get after the meeting. You're getting a summary of the meeting and also the next step. And then the second email is a milestone. For our nurturing sequence, we always want to make them short, direct to the point, and actionable. We want people to take actions immediately. We want them to be able to read through at once, and we also want them to be able to implement whatever suggestions we're giving, and also tie it back to the meeting and the service of the financial advisor in this case, or the service you're offering as a fractional executive or a consultant. So the post meeting email is the 30-day milestone, and then in this case, in the third email is addressing the founder's mindset, and then the fourth email is introducing the face. It goes on and on and on. We have about 8 emails in this series. You can have 15 emails, you can have, like I said, 30 emails, depending on the people you're targeting, the offer you are selling, and also the length of time the sales funnel is going to be active for. Some people leave their sales funnel active for months or years on hand. So that it's all depended on you. So this is our nurturing email sequence. So if you want to use SMS, if you want to integrate SMS into your nurturing sequence, this is also the stage where we're going to do that. The next stage is the add creative design and management, which is basically the distribution stage. For this financial advisor, for example, we're using a cold email outreach system because we already have a curated list of qualified leads. So we want to make it targeted, and so we're going with a cold email sequence. But for you, yours could be Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads or Google ads. This is the stage where we design all your ad assets. We design 10 ad assets for you, which includes videos, graphics, static images, about 10 of them, and then we test all 10 at the same time and optimize for whichever one performs the best. So this is the point where we design it and also set it up and optimize the campaigns. Now with our ads, we always use our ad creative and copy as our targeting, and then we target a broad audience, and that's because that makes sure we're maximizing our budget as well as reaching the people who actually need your service. We're disqualifying people right from the creative. If they don't fall into the category or the criteria that you've set, they won't take actions because the ad itself already disqualifies them. So this is what we're doing at this stage. You can distribute your lead magnets through your contents, through the communities you're in, through your email subscriber list. You can pick any of the distribution system that works the best for you. After this, we have the full tech tools integration. We want to make sure, after we've done all of this, we want to make sure that we're not losing leads, we're not letting leads slip off just because we didn't integrate our systems very well. So we want to make sure that your CRM is speaking very friendly with your email system, and we want to make sure that is speaking friendly with your calendar. We want to make sure every single thing in our tech stack is well integrated. It's going to make sure that all the efforts that we've put in the first 7 step is not just going to come to no avail just because our tools are integrated well. So we do this stage for you as a add-on. Now, if you have it set up internally, then there's no problem about that. But if you need us to set it up for you, if you need me to help you set it up, I'm more than happy to help you integrate your system itself. So this is a clear picture of what the entire process is like, in case you want a snapshot of what it's like. This predictive sales funnel system, it really helps you. You're closing more calls, because people who are coming to the calls, they're not just getting introduced to you for the first time. They're not just seeing you for the first time. They've gone through your landing page. They've used the lead magnet. They've gotten the results. They've watched your VSL. They've probably consumed your content on social media. They've seen a case study. So they're coming to the meeting not naive. They're coming actually informed about you as a professional. They're also are people who have been filtered through they've gone through the different filters to make sure that they're qualified and they meet the criteria that you've set for them, that you've set for the target audience and the offer that you have. So when you use the sales funnel, you're meeting tons from introductory emails to closing emails. Also, you're going to be booking better sales calls. Like I said, with this system, we've set up different filters so that people who are just curious about your services, or people who have no intention of paying or purchasing your service, actually never make it to the point of booking the meeting. So we have set up you're doing lead qualification on a massive scale. You're not just going to the meeting and then starting the qualification process. All of that has been done for you. Also, with a predictive sales funnel system, you can predictably scale your business. You can decide to hire 2 more people and then dial up your sales funnel to make sure you have 2, 3, 5 more clients or 10 more clients than you used to have before. Or if you have so many projects you're working on and you don't want to take on new clients, then you can turn it down. So you can actually build predictable income, predictable revenue, business revenue. You can scale it up and down using a predictive sales funnel system. And the good thing about this sales funnel system is that it can run for months on end. You don't have to stop it in a week. You don't have to micromanage it either. You don't have to check on it. Once it's been set up, we only optimize it when it's needed, and it can run for months on end. Also, your expertise is going to be an always on asset that you can turn on and off at whatever time you have. With the VSLs that we've produced for you in this stage, you can use them on your other social media. With some of the ad creative, you can post them on other social media platforms. With the emails, you can also integrate those into your email system. What I'm saying at the end of the day is that you have a sales asset that you can explore at any time you want. So in the predictive sales funnel system, you're getting a full strategy and conversion blueprint, which is an in-depth research into your offer, into your target audience. The one we did for the financial advisor, I think it's about 8 pages. It has different questions, different conversations from founders that they're having in their particular group, which can shape future offers and future sales funnels. So you're going to get that. You're also going to get copywriting for all your landing pages. You're going to get copywriting for all your VSLs. You're going to get copies for your lead magnets and your emails. So you're going to get all the copywriting is included in the package. You're also going to get a lead magnet. We're going to design your lead magnets for you. Either it's a calculator, it's a quiz, it's some sort of tool. We'll design your lead magnets for you. Then you have the landing pages. In the example I shared with you through the case study and through the process breakdown, we created about 7 landing pages for that financial advisor. All of this is included in the package. So either you need 5 or 7 or 8 landing pages. It's all included in the predictive sales funnel system package. So you don't have to, we're not leaving you alone to go look for another designer or look for another person to design landing pages for you. And if you want to have multiple offers running at the same time, we can design each funnel based on the offer and the target audience that you're targeting with your offer. We also have the VSL, but scripting all of this for you. We're doing the editing, so you don't have to add all this workload to your present work. We also have the nurture email and SMS sequence. We have about 6 to 10 emails is what I wrote here, but sometimes it extends to up to 15 emails that is included in the system. We also have the ad creative design and management. We're creating the different ads for you, and we're also managing the ads for you. We're also doing full tech integration. All of this is included in the predictive sales funnel system. If you want more information about this system, or you want to explore the different tools that you can build for your own particular practice, it has a fractional CHRO, a fractional CFO, a financial advisor, a wealth manager, or a consultant. If you want to explore some of the tools that you could create, or you want a roadmap or a map out of the entire process of what the sales funnel process will look for you as a consultant or fractional executive, click the link below to book a meeting with me, and I'll be more than happy to share that with you. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye.